Hey guys, it's Steph from the High Moving Podcast. So Stephen A. Smith, right? He always talks about how much he loves Skip Bayless and he's appreciative of him, but it seemed like, you know what, he's officially done with him, right? And he decides to address it again because there was a report that came out. I haven't talked about this it was an article in Front Office Sports, and they had spoken to a representative from ESPN, and they asked about would you guys basically entertain Skip Bayless, or would you have Skip Bayless come back to ESPN? And they're like, we wish Skip Bayless the best. We wish him well on his future endeavors. No place for him at ESPN, right? And everybody, I jokingly said, who made that statement from ESPN? Stephen A. Smith, and then of course Stephen A. Smith now a couple of days ago he makes his visit and he addresses that situation, right? See, I don't know what he feels he needs to talk. He needs to address it again, right? Or he's already made his first video talking about it, but I'm like, look, man, your relationship is done, right? And you definitely get a sense of that for sure now when you hear this clip I'm gonna play.
And me connecting and reigniting things with Skip Bayless is not what I want my future to be. That was a past that I'll always celebrate and be a.
Wow, that's strong, right? But he's not lying though, right? I mean, look, the language is listen, that is strong. The past, that's not where he wants his future to be. So basically, even your future that is outside of ESPN, you don't want Skip to be a part of, right? Right. Yeah. They're not cool, man. Like he says they're cool, but I'll be quiet. We'll get to that a little bit.
Appreciative of, but that ain't where I'm at now. I got bigger plans for myself that don't include him nor anybody else as a partner. I got bigger plans for myself in terms of what I do, what I want to do with my life. And one of these days, folks are going to learn to listen to me in terms of what I say about me, because I don't lie to y'all.
Man, and that's the thing. Okay, and Stephen A. he's such a it's so funny when he talks like this, right? Because he is such a company guy, and there's nothing wrong with being a company guy, but like, and he's a he's a self-admitted company guy, right? Again, that famous quote of, "Hey, I wake up every day with two things on my mind, right? How do I make my boss some money, and then how do I get some of that, right?" Like that's the mentality of a company man. Yet he's talking about a former coworker who you work on ESPN with, right? You say that you have future plans that include not even Skip, no one, but I mean, you lobby to get Shannon, right? The energy was different because you knew Shannon was going to be able to help y'all network grow, stuff like that. And you're fighting for a contract from ESPN that, when you get that money from ESPN, if you do, like, that's a partnership. That's a contract. You're an employee. Like you have to listen to them, right? You better behave. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna pay all that money. They're gonna pay all that money. We run around. You know what I'm saying? But it's not okay. But look, see, here's the thing, right? Here's my issue with Stephen A. Smith, right? He likes to be braggadocious. When every turn he loves to gloat about what, like, last bit he was like, "Oh, I got bigger things coming down the pipe." Da, da, da. Like, okay, then what? Then with Stephen A. What is those things, man? You know what I'm saying? Can we start, instead of you just talking about it, can we actually see it? Like, I mean, or is this or is the bigger things coming currently what we see right now, right? Because the only things I see is currently is you spent money building your YouTube studio, your platform, okay, cool, and then you are trying to get a big bag from ESPN. Okay, so when you get a big bag from ESPN, what is in that contract? Like, what are they gonna make you? Are you gonna be some type of founding father of the network? Be like some institutionalized type of guy where you're like, you feel like he wants to be. See, he wants to be a part of the establishment so bad, right? And I understand like the whole Skip Bayless and them not working out, or him like not coming to ESPN and stuff like it. Yeah, we know that, right? We understand that. Skip is just, he's old. He's not. He wouldn't be able to bring it. The show has just changed so much for his take. It's just kind of like, it's like it's done. Okay, like Skip is gonna have to really work his ass off to figure out how he's gonna make whatever platform he's on grow and make somewhat decent money for himself and all that stuff. It is what it is, right? But Stephen A. Smith is just he loves being in his position, and the position I'm talking about is truly being in a position of strength right now, right? Being in power, right? And it's like now he has some leverage, right? Because Fox letting go of Skip. Colin Cowherd's contract is going to be expiring. There's going to be room when Stephen A. Smith's contract expires. There's going to be room for him to land this possibly a spot for him to land somewhere else, right? Now, would he get that $25 million a year he's looking for? Who knows, right? Will ESPN capitulate and give it to him? Maybe. It's highly likely. It'd be stupid to let, again, whether we like Stephen A. Smith or not, like, you don't let big faces just walk out your door like that. Like, you do your best to keep them, but to what cost is there, right? But, look, man, listen, and it was so weird that, like, this is the type of tone he has in his vid compared to, like, his previous vids. But it seemed like he really tried to be like nice and friendly of like, oh, Skip did this, and I'm not gonna kick a man when he's down. But then it's like he's here in his vid. I like the energy. I mean, listen, the energy is a little bit better in this one in terms of like, look, be more direct, man. Don't dance around. I was like, yo, if you got, and he kind of was, but it was kind of funny too in this because he's kind of like, but he's bragging. He loves to brag about himself, right? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, cool, Skip is the past, whatever. I mean, it was funny though, right? It was like Skip is the past, whatever. But he's not part of my future. He's, like and so he's not part of your future on anything you're doing, anything. Like, that's crazy, right? But you know what? That's fine. Stephen A. is perched up now on his throne. He's feeling good about himself, and as he should. You know what I'm saying? Look, everybody, we would know how we would be if we were in this position. But I do find it very interesting that his tone and his demeanor has been rather interesting lately. So it's something I'm going to keep in track of because you know what they say, when you're making new money, he's already rich, right? But when you make even newer money, like money just kind of shows you more of who you are. It doesn't really change you, right? So anyways, just my 2 cents on this whole thing. Thanks for watching. Leave me your thoughts. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.